This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill. Today, a very special guest, a new friend of the family. His name's Bobby Steveson. He wrestled on television as Damon Kemp, and now he's doing the country music thing. He's from the great state of Minnesota, and we're so happy to have him here. My brother, good to meet you, dude. Thanks for coming out here, buddy.
Excited to be here.
So you're not living in Nashville full-time yet, are you?
No, I'm debating it. I don't know yet. I live in Orlando right now. So when I was in the WWE, we were required to move down to Orlando.
Oh.
So I'm living down there almost going on 4 years now.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
so
wild.
Been down there. It's been good. But every time I come up here, last time I was up here was in January. Now it's like, oh, the vibes are pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, you get to meet a lot of cool people that are like-minded and chasing the same dream that you're chasing. So I'm like, it's kind of tempting, you know?
Yeah, what was that? Was this past January your first visit up here? Or had you been here before?
To write and do music, yes. But like obviously I've been up here to like hang out and party and stuff like that. But like the January was the first time I was actually up here for like work, like actually like chasing the dream. Yeah. So that was pretty cool too. It was just kind of like with being new to it, it was like kind of intimidating in a way.
Yeah.
Because like you're around guys that done this and that, and I'm like, I'm just dude starting out. But I was like everyone's been there before, so it's just like just gotta like just trust the process and just do it, instead of being like timid or like, oh, this guy's this or this guy's that. Now like screw that, let's run it and let's show them what's up and like what I can do and stuff like that. So
yeah, dude. So what inspired you to want to go the country music route and start writing songs? I'm sure you've been a fan of music your whole life and had an appreciation for it, but it takes like a switch to flip to be like, all right, this is what I want to do now.
Yeah. Well, I always enjoyed singing.
Okay.
My mom has some pictures when I was younger. Like the little microphone that had like the little echo behind it.
Oh yeah.
I had one of those when I was younger, and I always like blast onto that. My mom would always say you were always singing. And like in 2019, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like that little SoundCloud dude that like, here's my SoundCloud song, and then I put the song out in 2019. And I was like, I didn't know nothing. Let me redo that one. So I eventually gonna redo it, but it was more so. So I lived in Indiana, and once I moved to Minnesota, I was on the University of Minnesota wrestling team. So I was around them farm boys and stuff like that. So I was like, they were always playing country music. So like when I really like dove into it, I had like moved to Minnesota in 2013. I had my little Pandora playlist. Yeah. And then it was actually Florida Georgia Line that came on.
Yeah,
it was Get Your Shine On.
Oh, dude.
I was like, oh, this kind of sounds good. And then one song led to another, and I just kept diving in deeper and deeper. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then getting to go to the shows, and then seeing how like, how well they perform and how like they get the crowd into it. The festivals, like the activities that go on. I'm like, this is it. This is it right here. That's like just like with doing WWE too, like being around the crowd, being in front of the crowd, and like building that relationship with like the younger fans, or even like the older fans, and like seeing them, like they actually connect to the character. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, because like sometimes I'll be at the gym or the grocery store still, and like people come, oh, it's Damon Kemp. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I didn't know you guys paid attention to me. I was like,
of all the things too, NXT too.
Yeah,
which is obviously still a high level.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And they want to pick, and they're like, oh, can we take a picture? I'm like, dude, I'll tie your shoes if you want me to. Like I don't care, do whatever. Like thanks for knowing who I am. Yeah. But it was just like that rewarding things like that. It's like really cool. So like we're doing like country music and like being able to tell a story that can connect with someone, and hopefully it hits home with them. And then that's like a big win for me too.
Yeah, dude. So growing up, you wrestled in high school, 3-time state champion. Which I'm from New York, so wrestling big up there in the Northeast. Like I had a lot of buddies that wrestled in high school. Went to Rider University for college, so had a lot of buddies that I used to work for the athletic department, so I was always around like the dual meets and stuff. And high school wrestling is an animal, bro.
Oh, dude.
Especially in the state of Minnesota.
We're different, dude. We're different. So, like, I started out in Indiana. So, my freshman year, I got 5th. And then my sophomore year, I got 1st. And then I won state. And then right after I won state, we moved to Minnesota. And then we were in Napa Valley High School. So we were the number 2 ranked team in the country. So we were like smashing everyone. Like there was like no competition.
And you had to like earn a spot on there too, because when you go from school to school and you're going to a program that's got a rich history and a solid roster, what weight class were you wrestling at?
So when I moved there, I was 182. So like I was already like a top ranked guy in the country before I even moved there.
Yeah.
So like a lot of them kind of knew what it was when I came in.
Yeah.
So like obviously you gotta like. You gotta flex muscle when you go in there. Like it's like you're playing football. You gotta show everyone you're in. Like I'm not a wimp, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I went there, and then we were like, we were stacked. We had like, so I think that year we had like 5 to 7 state champs.
Wow.
We were like smashing. Then we won state as a team. I'm talking like when we won state as a team, the score was like 68-3.
Wow.
In like in the state finals. So it was like we were a powerhouse. We should have been number one in the country, but like the other school, they didn't want to duel us. They were like from I think PA or Jersey or something. Like we offered
like Blair Academy.
Yeah, it was Blair Academy.
It was Blair. Okay.
Yeah, it was Blair, Apple Valley, and then like Oak Park, River Forest.
Yep.
And then we like wanted to duel them. Like we offered to do it at like the Gophers, like before a Gopher duel.
Yeah.
But like I guess it was something like with recruiting, like you can't do that. And then we offered to meet halfway in Wisconsin, and they didn't want to do it because I think they knew we were gonna smash them because like their lower weights were really good, but our upper weights we were like hammers,
just monsters,
hammers. Like everyone from like 52 to heavyweight was like a state champ, and we would have smashed them. But it was a good move. Like we more so just did it for wrestling because like we were actually like taking wrestling real serious, and then moving to Apple Valley. We were only 15 minutes from the Gopher Room.
Yeah.
So in the off season, we were allowed to go to the Gopher Room and train with the college guys, and I was like. That was insane in its own thing because
there's a difference between high school and college wrestling.
Oh,
it's a pretty wide gap.
Dude, it's huge, especially like with Division I. Like people don't know like how big of a gap like high school to Division I is.
And you're in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
like that's another level.
Yeah, so you're going against guys in that room that are like are trying to like smash you, and like you're like they know that you're the new guy coming in, so they're like, all right, we gotta like smash this guy. So I was like, there's times I'd go to practice, I would not get a takedown. I would not get a takedown. Like I would like we would damn near go to like fist fighting because like I'm not gonna let anyone punk me. But then this guy's like so like third at nationals, and he's like taking me down whenever he wants. But I'm like, all right, I gotta do something.
Yeah,
you know. So it was like amazing to be able to go in the Gopher Room and get to do stuff like that because like in Indiana, we were like an hour and a half away from like Purdue and like IU, but like the level of wrestling of Minnesota versus like them was like.
Indiana's a basketball state.
Yeah, basketball. Yeah. So it was wild. Like real thankful for those guys too. Just like a lot of them paved the way for like the younger guys and being able to like the coaches too. Like Luke Becker, Brandon Eggum, great coaches. They're still there. You know, they always had us come up there, and a lot of high school kids they do it too. You know, but they know what it is. Like you go in the, you know, there's a few kids that went in there. They're like they debate quitting because like. It's a different world, you know. So either you're in it or you're not, or you know.
Yeah, talking about being the new guy and kind of being the fresh meat for the older dogs that are in there.
Yeah.
You transition from that. You obviously go wrestle for the Gophers.
Yeah.
And then you end up doing this WWE thing.
Yeah.
How does that go from? Are there a lot of like college and high school wrestlers in the WWE, or is there?
There's a few of them. I think there's. The ones that wrestle at a high level in college, there's probably like 3 or 4 of them.
Because I know, like back in the day, like you had like your Kurt Angles, and you had your Lesnars, and you had your guys.
Shelton Benjamin.
Yep, you had your guys that came up.
Yeah.
In the ranks of doing it that way. But what was the biggest transition for you of going from the Olympic style, like the classic style, to the wrestling entertainment?
I say the biggest adjustment was just opening up, like. Amateur wrestling, we're trained to like show no emotion and like just be like a straight killer.
Yeah, just go in and get those points, man.
Yeah.
Get that pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when we transferred to WWE, it was like a whole different thing. It's like I had to like be someone I was not, and I'm kind of like an introvert. Like once you get to know me and stuff like that, you like I bring you around my house, and, like we do all this and that. And I'm like, all right, we're cool, you know. You know, we're boys. But like if I'm like walking into the room for the first time and like. You know people are watching you because you're new, and then like you're like trying to play this character that you're not, but like you know you got to play it because like if you don't play it, you know you're boring and then you get fired. And then so it was like the biggest thing was just like opening up and like not caring what people thought of me, because like that was another thing too, because it was just like, if you like, I don't know how it was the same as like performing, like if like I'm sure fans can see like when an artist is like not into it.
Oh, dude, country music, we sniff out the inauthentic very quick.
Yeah,
and that's something now with social media that you really see.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm either people are gonna see I'm not in it, or I'm gonna say screw it, and I'm just gonna like turn up and like do whatever I can, because like I said, country music, like you see our artists out there and they're like not into it, like you're not into it, but then if the guy's like completely over the top, like throwing beer in the air, has his stomach out, and just like going crazy, you're like, oh yeah, that's the dude, man, that's the dude. And then so it's like that with wrestling too. It's like if you're like scared of what your peers think or scared what the audience thinks, they're gonna see like, oh, this guy doesn't really want it. But then if you're like you're coming in, you're being over the top, like loudest guy in the room, and just being the character, they're like, oh, this is the guy, man, let's put him on TV like real quick and stuff like that. So like the biggest thing was just like opening up and like not caring, and I transitioned to that really quick, because I was like, well, I'm on TV every week, I don't want to lose that spot, so I gotta do what the paper says. So I was just like, and I started to enjoy it too, and like a lot of people started to see me as like the goofball when it came to like being on TV, but then like being off TV, they were like, dude, why don't you act like that? And I'm like, well, I'm getting paid to do that, and it's like fun, and it's like fun for that moment, but like I turn it off when I walk out the doors,
Yeah, so I'm not a huge like wrestling guy. I know some of the history. I know that Jelly Roll is doing something with Logan Paul this week. Like there's a lot of that going on and everything. But what was your character of like your alias is Damon Kemp? Like, was Damon Kemp a heel, a baby face? Did you flip it all, or like how would you describe Damon Kemp, like his storyline? So
I started out as a baby face, and then we had like a huge storyline, like one of the, I think, in my opinion, I think it was one of the best storylines that went on during that time.
Wow, that's cool.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
In NXT, because the reason why, there's a crazy picture out there when I did the turn. I hit the dude with the chair shot, and to like cause a bunch of like mayhem. So it was like, they built it really good to like I was always like the new guy, like coming into the group and like trying to earn my way, but then I was slowly earning my way, but then I was constantly getting like crapped on by the group too, in a way, like
for being the nice guy.
Yeah, being the nice guy and like trying to like help them win the tag titles and stuff like that. So like when the time came, they're like it was like a TV special. It was like, I think it was called Worlds Collide, when they had like the UK, like the NXT UK, and then like NXT in America, they like collided and like did like a thing. So like I didn't know it was like people were like that intent, like in tune with it, because like it was a spot where they're like, hey, this spot's gonna happen. This guy's gonna fire up to the crowd, and a guy from the other team's gonna run in. But Damon, hey, you're gonna spear this guy. And I was like, okay, cool. And then they're like, then you're gonna pick up the chair, and then you're gonna hit your teammate with the chair. And then they're like, you're gonna slide the ref back in. So like when I grabbed the chair, it was like one of those moments too, because like I always got a little bit more nervous for like the small moments, because like if you mess up the small moments, it's like trash.
Yeah. And
like all I had to do was spear a guy, pick up a chair, to hit the other guy before he hit his finisher. Now I was like, dang, man, I don't know if I mess this up, like this might be over. So I picked up the chair, hit him, and I didn't know like that place was a real, like it was loud.
Where was it?
It was NXT. So like we only had at the time.
Where did they do? You guys do NXT in the same spot every week?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was down in Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same spot. And I hit the dude in the back with a chair. The place went crazy. Like there's a picture, like you see people just like doing stuff like that. I was like, dang, you guys are actually paying attention. Like that's when like it kind of like flipped for me too. Like how much people like love wrestling.
Yeah.
And like even though I don't think they're paying attention, they're paying attention. And like I still look back at that picture and that spot. That spot, I think that on like I had like over like 5 million views on it. Wow. And that was like their most like longest viewed video for like a long time. Like I think it's probably still up there. And I look back in the pictures and everyone's just like in shock, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I was heel. So like when it comes to like being Damon Kemp, I was more like the real technical grappler, like the catch wrestling. And then I was part of the No Core to Catch crew, so we had like another bunch of wrestlers in there too. So we were like more known as like the grappling group, and like to put you in a bunch of holds.
Which makes sense as given your background on the mat.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was fun. So we were just like all the grapplers and stuff. So
Yeah. Is it something that you would go back to as, say, the country singer wrestler?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of sick. You come out there with a cowboy hat, you just smash a guitar over somebody's head, bro. That'd be lit.
I'd be down for it. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, hey, would you ever go back? I was like, yeah. Like, I don't, like, it was, even though things didn't work out how I wanted them to work out, because it was just like the contract expired, and then they just chose a different route.
Yeah, it's business.
Yeah, I was like, can't be butthurt about it. Like, in a way, in like the back of my head, there was always this like that, like, oh, it can happen to anyone. Like, literally can happen to anyone. So I was like, you know, if it happens, it happens. Obviously, it's gonna suck. But I was just like, you know, it is what it is. But then I'm like, I'm not gonna like cry about it. I'm like, I gotta move on with life. I can't like, you know, just sit here and like be upset. And like a lot of people get into that too. Like a lot of people like get real upset and like they're like lose themselves a little bit. I'm like you're a special person, you know. If you were on NXT TV or like WWE TV, like you're special, you know.
That's a very small percentage of humans that are able to do that, let alone get the opportunity.
Yeah. I'm like, if we're doing this, like, and you like a business decision happens and like you're gone, I'm like, you're still special. Like people still like, even though you don't think they like look up to you or not, you know, you're still special. So like, go chase another dream. Like, go do something else. Like, you already kind of got the upper hand of like already having a good fan base. So it's just like, you know, go chase it. Like, don't pout about it. It's like, keep it moving. You know.
Yeah. Now, how did your friends or your buddies from the wrestling world react to when you pivot to doing this music thing and you go all in as Bobby Steveson? And you're like, I got songs I want to write. I got buddies I want to collaborate with. I got music I want to put on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff.
They've been all real supportive. They've been all really, especially my parents and my brother and stuff. They've been all real supportive, and things have been moving like pretty fast.
Yeah,
and it's like faster than I can like kind of like wrap my head around it a little bit. Because like, so like maybe plug my song real quick. Like last month in May, me and my boy Ethan Carl, we put a song out called Midwest
Girls, baby.
Midwest Girls.
I was listening to that. I've been listening to it, getting ready for this, and it sounds like it's funny you talk about FGL being the first thing on that Pandora when you moved up to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And it's like it has that 2000s party. Like it's just a vibe. It's something you're hanging out at a field, you're tailgating, you're with your boys or with your girls or whatever. You're cranking up a song like that. Yeah. So production wise, you did a great job on that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we worked real hard on it. And then we put that one out. And then when that one came out, I was like, I did pretty good. You know, I was like in no sense we're like going crazy viral, like oh, we got billions of streams, but like we're almost at like 30,000 streams. I was like, for the first one I actually put out, and I was like, okay, you know, this is cool, you know, so like let's keep the ball rolling. So like a bunch of little things happened after it too. So it's just like I had like bars reach out and like, hey man, you want to like come sing your song, and then like we'll like pay you, and then we're like, you know, give you some bottles and stuff like that. And I was like, you pay me to do one song and like pretty much party. I was like, okay, you know, and then like I had like another festival reach out, and they're like, hey, do you want to come on and do like a 30-minute set? And I was like, okay, you know, I was like, I don't have a lot of music, and I'm like so new to it too. So it's just like, I gotta like, it's one of those things too. It's like, if you don't do it, it's gonna pass, and someone else is gonna do it, and then they're just gonna take your spot, and then you're just gonna be the guy that was scared to do it.
It's just like your wrestling stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, they're like, do you got 30 minutes of music? And I was like, I lied. I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, I'll figure it out. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like texting, like finding guitar people and stuff like that, and writing more songs. So like, I just got done writing another song yesterday, because I was like, well, I gotta have more songs, and I don't want to be the guy that's like doing like 25 minutes of covers on like one song of mine. And so like it's just been moving fast. So I was like, all right, it's happening. Like it's happening like slowly, but it's just like, okay, let's just trust the process and let's just see where it goes, and let's put out good work, and let's be around good people, let's be a good person, and just like, you know, whatever I can do to help someone, or whatever someone can do to help me, and like return the favor to like help the new guy out, you know, because like in like the wrestling world too, you know, I was kind of like the quiet leader, you know, like when new guys came in, you know, like, yo, I'm Bobby, what's up? If you want to go hang out sometime, or if you need help with like the amateur wrestling stuff in your work, to like help to move around the ring, I was always that guy to like help out, you know. So it's like when someone in like country music like reaches out, or like they want to like help me out, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm loyal to this guy now. So it's just like, let's keep it going. But everyone's been real supportive about it. It's been fun, you know. Like my second show ever, we got to play in the White Sox field, acoustic set,
Chicago.
in the Chicago White Sox field, and I was like, dude, what am I doing, man? I was excited, But I was also like nervous, like so nervous. Like I don't know. I'm putting my ears in. I'm like, okay, turn this down, turn this up. All right, we're there. But it's like I said, it's like if I'm not gonna do it, someone else is gonna do it. And then it's just like, well, you had your chance, now it's gone. So I'm like, screw it, let's just run with it, man.
Yeah, talk about the discipline of working on the music stuff now, because obviously wrestling at the levels that you did it at require a lot of discipline. So how is that discipline from what you learned in your past life, so to speak?
Yeah.
And you're how old? You're what, like
29?
29.
Yeah.
So you're still a young fucking guy. So it's like, how is that discipline crossing over into now pursuing this musical dream?
Well, it's like one of those things too. I gotta like get into it more. Just like with amateur wrestling, you're practicing like pretty much every day, 4 days a week, and you're lifting every day. So like to get better.
So amateur wrestling is which one?
Like the real stuff.
Like high school, college.
Yeah, like high school, college.
Okay, cool.
High school, college, Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, I was like, okay, so if I'm practicing 4 or 5 times a week and lifting 4 or 5 times a week, I should probably, transition to that into like writing songs, 2 or 3 times a week.
Just picking on the guitar.
Yeah.
Like that's how these guys get so good.
Yeah.
They sit there and play guitar all fucking day.
Yeah. So like there's times now, like if I'm writing with someone or if I'm not, like I'll dedicate like an hour to like, writing a song or like figuring something out. Obviously if it goes longer than an hour, but it's just more so just like, all right, this is what we got to wake up. We got to do this. Let's practice this. Let's add some more lyrics here, and just like keep practicing. Just being new, it's like I got to keep like going, because like when I was getting these rooms, when I get in the studio and stuff like that, I'll hear terms I don't know. Like I'm just being honest. Like I'm an honest person. Like I'm always like upfront, and like I don't like pretend to be someone I'm not. So it's just like when I'm in these rooms and like producer would say something like a term I don't know, I'm like, I have no idea what you just said.
What does that mean, bro?
Like, what does that mean? Or whatever. I'm just like, can you explain that? And you're like, oh, like, what would you like this to do? I'm like, don't know what you're saying, bro. But I'm like, I'm here to work. But then it was just like more so just like, just being a sponge. So like when I'm in these writes and stuff, like obviously I'll give my 2 cents and like get into it and stuff like that. But we're in the studio and stuff like, and just working on songs. I'm like, more so just kind of just being like the fly on the wall that's listening. Obviously, when it comes to a song, I'm giving my input. But like when I'm hearing like these terms being thrown around, I'm like, all right, let's listen. So like I can like soak it in too. So like when I keep growing as an artist, and then just hearing all this stuff, I'm like, okay, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. This is what the melody sounds like. Now we're rocking. So just being a sponge, and like my dad would always say, keep your ears open and mouth shut. Like when I was wrestling, so I was like, okay, let's keep ears open and mouth shut when we're doing this. So it's been good. Can I pop this?
Yeah, go for it, buddy. That's a Surfside Peach Tea.
Let's hit this.
That's some good stuff right there.
That's real good.
Yeah, there you go. We'll send
That's
you
real
home.
good.
We'll send you home with an 8-pack of it
yeah,
and
that's
stuff,
real good.
man. What was the worst thing to get hit with in the ring?
Chair.
The chair.
Dude, that sucked, bro.
Because again, I've been to like some events and whatnot, and like I've watched it on TV. I'm not like an avid fan by any means, but yeah, it looks like it's rough,
dude. So I did a pay-per-view match, an ambulance match. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's whoever can get thrown in the back of the ambulance first wins the match. And like we got all these weapons and stuff, and like we're hitting each other's with like kendo sticks, chairs, the little crutches. Yeah, the crutches.
Oh, you're just smacking some dude with a crutch?
Yes. and dude, it was like we really got into it. Like part of me think we kind of got out of hand because like we were both competitive, and then we were just like rocking. Like, hey, this is what I do. It's pay-per-view. We got to go. So like the end of the match, they're like, yo, because like 2 weeks before I hit his brother with a chair shot like 20 times. And then and the match ended in like a disqualification, and then so they wanted to end our match. So they're actually brothers. So they wanted to end our match with me getting hit with chair shots.
Yeah,
I was like, God damn, bro. And then so it was like I was like, all right, how many chair shots? They were like 10. I was like, bro, you gotta be kidding me, man. Bro, I'm not exaggerating at all. Dude, my back was going numb. Like my butt was going numb because I was getting hit so hard.
You were just laying down.
Bro, I had to take it. I was just like, dude. I was like, I couldn't do nothing about it. We were like in the pay-per-view. I can't like get up and just walk out. So I had to take 10 chair shots, and like I was like, I hated the crowd too because like they're like 6, 7.
Oh, they're in on the bit.
8.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, just hit me. And then so like I hit the chair 10 times. Like back was numb. Like my shoulder blade, like everything like shut down because like I was getting hit so hard. So I couldn't move my arm. I literally couldn't move it because like everything was just shutting down. Like from like how much trauma I was taking. And then so I took 10 chair shots, and then I got like power bombed onto like the a gurney. Got power bombed onto the gurney, and then they were like, "Hey, when you get power bombed on the gurney, let's like show some fight, like you're still coming back up." So I get power bomb, boom. That didn't hurt at all because the thing was like crazy soft. Power bomb, boom. They're like, hey, like raise up, like like the Undertaker kind of raises up. And like, hey, raise up. He threw the chair at me. I caught the chair, got clotheslined. I was like, bro. When I tell you, like I was in so much pain. Like he had to carry me back because like the arena was like weirdly set up because like obviously the ambulance is so big and the arena wasn't that big, so we had to like go through the back. And it was like, probably like a good 30 yards. He had to like carry me like through the back, like to the back. And he threw me in the ambulance. And I swear that ambulance ride, like it was like he had to like go all the way up the street and turn around. And I was in pain. And like I felt like I was in the ambulance for like 30 minutes. I'm like, are you actually going to the hospital? Because I was like yelling. I was like, yo, where are we going? And he's like, I got to turn around. I was like, bro, it's been like 10 minutes. It doesn't take that long to go up the street and turn around. And I'm like yelling. I can't move my arm. But dude, those chair shots, those were rough, but you know there's also like a lot of ways to like work it too, you know, like make it look like it's happening but it's not. So it's like you got the chair, like say if this is my body here, you got the chair, you usually like hit the chair, like hit the head of the chair here on the canvas, so it makes it look like it's hitting you, but it's not, but it still makes that loud noise.
But this wasn't that.
Nah, this wasn't that. I was like, bro, I'm not doing that again. Not doing that again. That was a rough, dude.
Yeah. Where was that in your timeline of your career with that? Was that more towards the end, or was that kind of in the middle or in the beginning?
I was like a year in.
Oh, so that was like in the beginning.
Yeah. So like WWE, that moved real quick too. So like, I was like another thing too. I was like, I'm in the ring with people that like know what they're doing. I'm like, I'm new to this. So I literally felt like I was driven out to the middle of the ocean and like just dropped, like sink or swim your way back. And I swam. So it was just like, I got there in August. My first TV match was in late August. So my first TV match was like early December. So I was only there for like a few months before I was on live TV. And then they had a show called like it was called 205 Live. It was like the pre-show, but it would get air every Friday on like Peacock. Yeah. So I got on that, and then live TV happened in like 3 or 4 months, and then just like got to go. Then there was like a bunch of terms I did not know because like there was like no one was really giving like the script on how to like learn it. You know, like obviously the coaches were like doing amazing jobs like coaching us and stuff, but it was like all the details and stuff like that, or, like you know the receipts or you know time being cut, you know, or you know this is the break spot. But it was like I was like new, so I was like, the heck is this? But like, I kind of had an like idea what it was, but it was like I was only doing like 5 or 7 minute matches, and then I go into like doing like matches of like 13, 17 minutes, and then it's like, okay, let's go.
Well,
you know,
gassed too. Or maybe not as much for you because the endurance that you had built up at the collegiate and the high school levels. Yeah,
I'll still get pretty gassed. But it's like a different, you know, like activity, like type of endurance. Like you're running the ropes, you're jumping, you're leaping, you're like doing this, you're flipping and all this other stuff. But then you gotta like keep going back on, like keep it going, you know, in the last 5 minutes as you were going in the first 5 minutes. But it was like there's like some matches like there's a house show, and we had to go. It was like a last minute match, and like we weren't even dressed for it. And then they're like, "Yeah, you guys got to go out there and wrestle." And I was like, "Okay," you know, I didn't get to warm up at all. So like by the time I was done, I was like, because we just had to go out there and fill time. We just had to just go out and do it with like not knowing what the any ideas.
Was there a script or anything?
Yeah, it's all. So
was there a script for that moment? Like that
we had to make it up real quick.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we had to make it up real quick. So I was like, whatever. But like, yeah, it's all predetermined. It's not a secret. It's like it's the stunts are real. Like like you can snap your neck at any second. So like all that stuff's real. But like it is predetermined. You do have like a game plan when you go out there. It's like I want to say like it's like scripted acrobatics. It's a scripted fight, but the stunts are real, and you can die out there. Like there was a dude like 3 years ago. He got thrown like a belly to belly. He got thrown on his dome and broke his neck. He can't even wrestle right now. He can still walk, thankfully, but like he can't wrestle. I'm like, it's real, but it's a scripted fight. Yeah.
That's wild,
but it's fun.
Yeah, dude. No, and is that something you tried out for? Did they approach you, or how did that come to be? Because that's what led you to Florida, and you're still down there.
Yeah. So like I was in college, and then Monday Night Raw came to Minneapolis, and then we got invited, just mutual friends. Got invited backstage. Got to meet Triple H, real cool dude, and stuff like that, and like Paul Heyman, real good dude. He was kind of like the front runner for me and my brother to like get us in, because like we were trying to get in during COVID, because like I graduated in December of like 2019, and then like the next year was COVID, and like you couldn't do it when you're still in school. So like he was like being the front runner for me, and like putting my name out there and stuff, but I had to wait because COVID, and I was like, bro, like what are we doing? And like, yeah, we can't do anything because of COVID. And then so it was just like mutual friends and stuff like that, and then eventually, it was like a funny story too. I was hunting, I was in a blind, and I was expecting a call from the guy that was running the performance center to like come out for my tryout. And he calls me, of course, while I'm in the blind. I'm like, well, I can't ignore it. So I pick up the phone, and he was like, "Hey, what's up? It's so and so. Like, we would love to have you come down and like give you a tryout and see what's up. Like, see what you look like." I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, how long will you have? He's like, we want you to come down for 2 days. I was like, no, I want to come down for longer, because like I want to like actually like let you guys see me, like, and,
Yeah, 2 days ain't enough.
Yeah, 2 days ain't enough. And they was like, oh yeah, we'll come down this. And I'm like, we're like talking kind of loud, and like loud and professional, like talking and stuff like that. And then I'm like, as I hang up my phone, I look up, and there's a doe like 20 yards from my blind. So she just looks at me, huffs at me, and then just takes off. And I was like, well, now I'm done, but like I'm getting the job. So so that was a pretty funny story how I got into it. It was like right after college. Like I just had to wait a few months. So I was working as a corrections officer. So I worked in a prison.
Oh,
so I was like, I gotta kill time. I was like, I gotta work. So I was like, let's go work in a prison, because like I was kind of chasing the Secret Service, because like I always thought that was kind of cool. Like like you see the movies like Angel has fallen,
or Bodyguard, or any of those.
Yeah. And I was like, this is kind of cool. So like they're like, yeah, unfortunately, you got to have like 2 years of full-time job experience. So I was like, I wasn't able to work because I was a full-time athlete. And then so like I was working in a prison like during COVID. So that was like a whole thing.
Yeah, that does not sound ideal.
Yeah, it was not ideal, but it was exciting, something new every day. But I was like, I just gotta like do something. Like COVID, you gotta wear a mask, and like you're like walking around, can't breathe and stuff. And then we just got the job, moved down there, and then rocked it out.
Yeah, so your brother did it too then?
Yeah.
Is he still active in wrestling, or did he end up doing it, or no?
No, he did it. He was on the Raw brand, then he moved to NXT. Got some work in there, and then it was just a wrong time.
Yeah.
That's the wrong time. Like we're both young. I'm sure we would both go back if the call came back.
Is he down in Florida as well?
No, he lives in Minnesota.
Oh, he went back home. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
He lives in Minnesota. He's chasing, like, doing some fights.
Nice.
He's got some stuff planned and whatnot, so we'll see what he does.
Awesome. That's cool, man. Do you miss Minnesota this time of year?
Yeah.
This is like the primo time of year to be up there with the Thousand Lakes and everything. Like the upper Midwest this time of year is just fucking mint. And you're sweating your ass off in Florida.
Bro.
And then today, sweating your ass off in Tennessee. We're at 100 degrees on the heat index today.
Bro, I miss it. I miss it. Like, dude, here's the thing. If the snow didn't last that long, like it's not even about the snow. Like, eventually, I'm gonna move back because like we're just out exploring life right now. Like, I feel like everyone's got to go out there and just explore life.
Absolutely.
And, just find who you are and explore. So, like, the thing with Minnesota, it's like if the snow didn't last that long, it would be great. Because like some people don't know, like how you talked about, the summers are great.
Oh, the best,
dude. It's like vibes are like insane. Like people are always talking about, oh, it's always so cold. I'm like, no, why don't you go up there during this time, and this time, and this time, and go to the state fair and feel that vibe, and go on the lake. And I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm. Yeah. It's like I don't know. I just missed that. And I kind of like, I just feel it. That's like the vibes are like so good. Like you got all your boys on the boat. Everyone's like, it's not a care in the world, and everyone's just hanging out. And like, now you don't have to worry about alligators, or sharks and stuff jumping in the water. But like the snow, dude, I'm like, if the snow didn't last that long, because like the snow will like be sometimes in like October, and it'll go all the way to like April. I'm like, and there's no spring. It's just like late April would be like it's still cold, and then all of a sudden the snow melts, and then it's like muddy everywhere. Then like the next week, oh yeah, let's throw an 85-degree day on them, and then like there's a start of your summer or something like that.
Yeah, man, it sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
Living up there, honestly, like you're up there in the woods now. Where in Minnesota were you living at? Like, how far were you from like Minnesota or like Minneapolis or like?
I lived in Minneapolis.
Oh, you were in Minneapolis.
Yeah. So I was only like 10 minutes from the school. So like we were all riding mopeds, like the mopeds with the thing. Yeah. So we all just had mopeds, and we would ride those mopeds like, during rainstorms, snowstorms, and we were just like put a helmet on and go. That's how we got to class.
Yeah.
But no, I miss Minnesota. So I don't know. Eventually, I like to go back, and because like all my family's there and stuff. So
yeah, I was there in 2022, or would have been, or it might have been 2023. I was out with a guy named Trey Lewis, and we were on tour with Kid Rock. And we did a show at the arena up there.
Yeah.
And then did an after party at a bar called Wild Greg's.
Oh yeah.
You been to Wild Greg's?
Wild Greg's, yeah.
Yeah, I know Greg very well. He loves to argue with city officials and the states where all of his bars are at. Shout out to Wild Greg.
Yeah, I like Wild Greg.
But yeah, we went to a Twins game that day too, which was cool. I'm a big Yankees fan, so it was fun to boo Carlos Correa a little bit. Being up there. So you were up there for your high school years and on?
Yeah, I was there from 2013 until 2021.
And just been in Florida ever since.
Yeah, I like it, but it's just there's a lot of things to do. Beach and like the living back down there is like real laid back. So like you guys like no one's in. Seems like no one's really in a rush. Yeah. Like everyone sucks at driving too. But it was just like,
oh, dude, Florida driving is so chaotic.
Dude, it's like I-4, then there's this exit called 10A, and to go to like I-Drive. And I swear, bro, it's like everyone just turns dumb. I'm like, dude, can we just read the signs?
Yeah.
And it's like every time I go there, it's like I like almost always get in an accident because someone just doesn't know what they're doing. But there's always something to do, especially like going to those beach towns like Tampa or like Jacksonville. The way of living is just different. It's like slowed down. So everyone's just like on their beach vibes and just really just kicking it. Like I do enjoy it, but like I do miss the Midwest too because I enjoy hunting. The deer in Florida, they're like little dogs and stuff. But like, And then but like I plan on like hog hunting either next month. I really enjoyed that. So that's kind of like got my motor going like with doing some hog hunting because I went to Crowell, Texas in like 2018 and killed some pigs and I was like, oh, that's pretty fun.
Was that one of the ones where you're up in the helicopter or you?
No, I wish. I wish
helicopter Ted Nugent style.
But we have 4-wheelers and we were just ripping it up and it's like we didn't know what we were doing, but we were just like throwing down feed and then
just seek and destroy.
Yeah. And then it was like one day it was like 10 a.m. and I was sitting on the bluff. It was like beautiful, a bluff, nice little stream going through, and all of a sudden I see like vultures in the sky, and I'm like, oh, okay, like something must be dead. And then all of a sudden like 30 pigs just come running out, and I'm like, oh crap! And I'm like, I'm on a bluff, so I'm like shooting down at them. So like I knew they were gonna get water, so I was like, the streamer's right there, so like, all right, they're gonna get something to drink. But like me, like I was excited, so I wasn't like really scouting out who was the biggest one. I was like, all right, whatever comes out, like drinks right here, I'm smoking it. So like it was like a little piglet came out. It was about like this big. It came out, boom, smoked it. And then I saw another one. It was probably like around 150 yards. Not exaggeration. I had a little bolt action going. And I smoked it, boom, racked it. And then all of them started scattering. I was like, oh crap. So I see the sow. I'm like following, boom. I didn't know if I hit her or not.
The sows are big.
Oh yeah, she was big. And then she was taking off. She was running. I was like, I don't know if I killed her. So I went down. We like went down there. We had to walk all the way down the bluff. Found that one, and then we like went and walk. I was like, I swear I hit her. Like, my sights are on her. I don't know if it like did any damage, but like I know I hit her.
Yeah.
And then we were just looking around, and then we found her. Turned out like shot her like right in the butt area. But like when we cut her open, I guess I hit an artery, and so when we cut her open, she like bled out.
Oh wow.
But like the crazy thing about Texas too, it was just like when we like as we were like fixing her up, like she was already like bloated, like how hot it was. So as we like went to go fix her up and cut her open, it was like. Psh, wow. I was like, geez, that was quick.
Like deflating an air mattress.
Yeah, deflating air mattress. And I was like,
that's crazy.
This is Texas, and I was like, whatever. But it was fun. But the Midwest, man, it's a different vibe, man. I miss it. It's fun. And it's like being so close to the Vikings stadium. I'm a big sports fan, so like
yeah,
I go,
so
like,
big Vikings.
Yeah, big Vikings. I love the Twins.
Yeah,
and then I love going to hockey, and like everything was like 15 minutes away.
Do you miss the Dome, or were you there after the Dome?
I was there after the Dome.
You're there after.
Yeah, I never got to go in the Dome. I think when I literally first moved there, I can't remember when it collapsed. But I remember hearing about the Dome collapse.
It was like around 12 or 13, I think. Like
okay,
around,
definitely was not there. Yeah.
Or it was before you were, or
yeah, that was like way before then.
Okay.
I was thinking of something else because like there was like a crazy storm that knocked down like a dome, and like a college.
The snow like caved in and stuff. Yeah.
But dude, the Viking stadium, that stadium's insane.
Dude, it's literally a giant Viking ship from the outside. It's beautiful. I haven't had the chance to go,
dude,
but it's on the bucket list.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Like the Twin Stadium's real nice. I really enjoy that one. The hockey's real fun, and just being like close to everything too. It was just like you can't beat it,
Yeah. That's what you'd have if you came up here, bro.
Yeah, right. Are you guys getting a baseball team or what?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. My loyalty's always going to be the Yankees, but but it would be cool. I mean, like they've talked about like you can't take the Grizzlies out of Memphis. That's like all they got. But they were talking like because we already have an NBA team with them.
Yeah.
So it's like the one missing piece is the baseball.
Yeah. Well, I heard
they've talked about the Nashville Stars reboot, bringing it back to the Negro League days, which would be really cool on a historical level. And there's a lot of big powers that be that are involved in trying to get a team here. And the MLB is talking about expansion.
Did it say the White Sox?
I mean, if there's going to be a team that's going to move and is in a very low point now, it would be them because the A's are probably going to either stay in Sacramento or go down to Vegas. That's what they've been talking about.
Yeah, I think they're Vegas next year or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they're planning. They still haven't built the stadium though, so they might be stuck in Sacramento for a while. Who knows? They're all
in a minor league stadium.
All messed up. Yeah, dude, in a minor league stadium that holds it's like the size of the Sound Stadium that we have here, dude. That we have here. So how long are you up here on this trip?
I leave tonight.
Okay.
But I plan on coming back here real soon.
Yeah, where have you gotten to play gigs at and stuff so far? You were talking about getting to pop up at some bars and getting hit up by a festival and everything.
Yeah. So popular bar in Orlando called Bullet Bar. They're pretty good spot. And I had St. Pete Country Fest. They reached out to me and I was like, let's do it. I'm excited, but it's also like obviously nervous too. But it's like you just want to do so good. St. Pete Country Fest. They reached out. There's a lot more things in the works, like collaborations and stuff like that. But it's just like more so just having to put more music out so people can see. Because like I'm sure you know how it goes. It's like people that are like celebrities or whatever. They're let's do country. Let's do a song, and they'll like drop one song and they'll like be done. Yeah. So like I know I gotta like prove myself. Like this isn't just like something I was doing for fun, on a limb. But so like probably come back in. Maybe like in September.
Okay, cool. Well, when you come back, we got each other's info. We do a shit ton of events in town. I'd love to have you on one of our writers' rounds or something.
Oh, let me know. I'll pull up. I'm only like 10 hours away and like an hour flight. So yeah. But this is like being here too. It's like I do like the vibe. It
motivates you, dude.
Yeah.
It's a town where people are grinding. Yeah. Whether it's on the music side or it's on the healthcare side or it's all the bartenders and the bouncers downtown. Like everybody is fucking hustling, man. There's a reason so many of us move here.
Yeah. Like last night.
Where were you last night? You said you had a late night last night.
Yeah. We were at one of my buddy, Josh Barker. He just dropped some music last night, and then we met through an artist like 2 years ago. Okay. And like was backstage stuff, just chopping it up. Real good dude. And then I was like, hey man, would you this was like last week. I was like, hey man, would you be down to like write with me? And he's like, oh, yeah, bro, of course, And like this is like the first time like we're actually like like talking. Like we followed each other on Instagram and stuff like that. And then he's a real nice, real genuine dude. And then, so like 2 days ago, he was like, "Hey man, I'm doing like a release party at my house. Like I'd love to have you come." And I was like, "Okay," I was like, "Cool." It was like real cool how like someone like hasn't met me in person yet, but they were like so down to like have me come to their house, and like bring me around their circle and stuff. So I really appreciate him doing that. Real genuine dude. And then so he dropped some music last night, and then we were just like staying up because like I never one of my buddies I came with, he's actually producing my song. He was there, and then he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna leave," and I was like, "Well, I probably wouldn't like get many opportunities like this to like be around this many talented people and like connect like this." And like everyone, we were just like, he had a studio in his house, Josh did. And I like music, so I was just like on the thing, put music in, turn out the speakers all the way up. It was like 3 a.m. We're just like blasting, just like hanging out and stuff. And then everyone was just like sending like unreleased music. We're just like listening to it and stuff.
Best man, that's
so
the best.
I was like, this is real cool. And everyone's just like motivated. And everyone wants to help. Everyone's changing numbers. Like, hey, let's get on this. Let's do this. Let's do that. So I was like, yeah, I gotta stay. So we're just like everyone's just playing unreleased music. We're all hyping each other up and just like having a good time.
That is something you can't get in many places, but you can get in large quantities here in Nashville. Yeah. That was what COVID was for me. Like
a bunch of rights and hanging out.
Bro, yeah, because I'm not a singer, I'm not a songwriter, I'm not an artist, I'm not a musician, I'm not a producer, none of that. I just like listening and talking about it.
Yeah.
But that's like how all the Dick Down in Dallas stuff with Trey started, man. That's literally how it happened, man. 3 of our buddies wrote a song, they didn't want to put it out. Trey was like, "Fuck it, I'll put it out." And we used to sit around the campfire when Trey was living with Ella Langley, and like all them. We would just go and hang out. Like COVID, it was just sit around the fire, pass around some smoke, have a cigar, drink a beer, and everybody just playing the songs that they wrote that week around the campfire. Yeah. Like it's so organic and so freaking special, man.
Yeah, it was real cool because like everyone, it didn't feel like anyone was like trying to like judge anyone or like who's trying to like step onto who to get this. It was just more so just like, hey, let's just like we're all vibing and just support. And I was like, this is pretty cool.
That's the Nashville community, bro.
Yeah.
That's more productive. And I love, obviously, Midtown is a huge part of what we do. We do our events over at Riley Green's Duck Blind and used to be down at Live Oak on the Bumbering Hill. So I'm a big Midtown guy. But there's something special about those house hangs.
Oh yeah,
where you're with other creators and being like, oh, look at this demo. I don't know if I'm gonna put it out or not. Look at this one I just heard. Oh, look at this song my buddy has that I'm gonna show you that I'm one of the people that has. That demo jail sharing is just so fucking special. And now when you come back up, you got other homies you could possibly write with.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm real thankful for that.
That's the best part.
And it was like weird too because I was like, I asked my guy, his name's Alex Keel. He's a producer down here and songwriter. I was like, do people normally do stuff like this? Like invite people to their house or like, for like song releases or album releases? He's like, yeah, man, it's real common. And I was like, okay, I didn't know like how it went. I didn't know that was a thing. And then like we pulled up to the guy's spot, it was like I felt like weird a little bit. Cause like I almost felt like I was in high school going like to the house party.
Yeah, dude. It has that feeling where it's like an extension of college with like the house parties.
Yeah. But then we got there, it was a vibe. It was a real good time.
And you get to be there to support your boy who's dropping a song.
Yeah,
and it's such an exciting. It's seeing a whole crew celebrate one member of their friend group or their family put out a song, and everybody's just as excited as that guy or girl is that's dropping the song.
It was like real cool too to see everyone support because like I don't know, it's like I don't know if you like went through things like that where it's like I would say it's like it shouldn't be that hard to support your boys. No. Because like obviously everyone gets excited. Oh, yeah, you doing music? Are you doing this? Or you're in WWE? Or you doing this? Like I gotta come out to the show. I gotta do this. I gotta like, and then like you like put a song out, and then like there's people that were like hyping you up before, then they like don't want to share it or like give a little save or do this or do that. And so I'm like slowly starting to see it's like, dang, I was like, I didn't know it was like that hard to get the boys, like some of the boys or like some extended friends to like support or like get a listen or check me out.
Yeah.
So, but it's like funny too, because I always like joke about it. It's like people do that, but then when stuff really hits, then they're like, oh yeah, man, this is my boy. Like we're coming to the show. Like blah 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 blah. You send them the Ticketmaster link. I'm like, well, all you had to do was like, help the new guy out and like just like, just help the boys out.
Yeah, that's something
I do it.
That's something we pride ourselves on with Raised Rowdy is like if I got a buddy that's playing a show in town and it's a fucking $10 or $15 ticket, I won't ask to be on a guest list. I'll buy the ticket and support my homie. You know?
Yeah.
Now if it's like a sold out show and they're playing the arena, I'll try to claw my way in there. But if it's like there's something special about being there from the ground level.
Yeah.
You know, and there's something, and it makes you feel good as an artist to have that support, and that's the biggest thing that I would say about you come to Nashville. You're gonna find your people, and you're gonna have those people in your corner, and a high tide really does raise all ships. You know, so that's what it's all about.
Yeah, so it was real cool being here. So it was like, it's a thought, but I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll just see how these next few releases go, and then keep running it from there. But like the support down here is crazy, and the vibes, and it's real cool. So especially like when like Morgan Wallen keeps dropping these songs about Tennessee, and I'm like, cool vibes, So
yeah, dude, it's a special place. Do you have any spots that you like to frequent when you're up here?
I just like seeing like the celebrities bars.
Okay, so you like going to the Broadway bars?
Yeah, and just go to the bars and.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite one yet?
Post Malone's bar was pretty cool.
I haven't been in there yet. When I first moved there, I was a bouncer at Dierks Bentley's bar. My first year in town, I helped work the door. So it was like I still have that PTSD being down there amid all the chaos, bro. So I don't get down the Broadway a ton, but I've heard Posties that used to be Tequila Cowboy.
Okay,
and they rebranded because that's underneath Aldean's, right?
Yeah. So that was real cool. They got like a whole like old truck like above the bar just sitting there. I was like, it's pretty cool. But yeah, just like I don't have like a really specific spot, but it's just more so just like going to see like my favorite artist's spot, and then like I don't know, like support, just like go see it, like they don't know I'm going there, but it's just like I like to see it. And like,
what's the wildest thing you've seen on Broadway so far in your?
I don't think I've stayed out late enough to see anything that wild.
Okay,
so I usually just bounce out. But like I've heard, because like a lot of a few of the locals I've talked to, and they're like, yeah, we stay away from Broadway.
Yeah, I don't go there.
I was like, why? So what's your take on not going there? It's just like, because like we see different things on like TikTok and stuff like that. It's like weird things are happening.
It's just there's so many bars in this town. I think we've got like over 200 or 300 bars like in the Nashville like metro area.
Yeah.
So it's like in Midtown's where a lot of the original music happens. So I stick over there because we do the events and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, now, if you're a single dude and you're looking to get some, or you're a single lady on a bachelor party, you're looking to get some, and you wanna go on a bender, Broadway's the spot for you.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you wanna go somewhere where it's a little bit like quieter, like East Nashville's really cool. There's some great spots over there. Midtown's awesome, like Tin Roof, Live Oak, obviously Losers, Duck Blind. Have you been to Red Door yet?
Yeah. I've been there. That's what I heard. That's like the spot.
That is like the late night watering hole, and I always joke around, like when my friends come down, they're like, where do we see somebody famous? Introduce us to so-and-so. I'm like, honestly, your best chance to see them would probably be hanging out at Red Door, where there's no music and everybody's just chilling. And
that's
like,
what I've heard.
That's a good spot. Yeah, Red Door's where I've made a lot of my like networking connections and met a lot of my people.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I don't know. So I like the more I come down here, the more I explore. But it's like, it was crazy too, because we went down Broadway yesterday. And I was like, every room had a band playing.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I was like,
it's nonstop.
It's wild.
Nonstop, bro. Whiskey Row, when I was there, was the first band would start at like 9:30 or 10 a.m. And they'd be open till 2:30 in the morning. So you're rotating shifts, and those bands play for 4 hours. No, not very many breaks. Very few breaks. A lot of them will just roll. And then some of the musicians that are in those bands will go from playing at one bar with one artist and then go down the street to another bar, and they'll pull a double or a triple shift on like a Saturday or a Friday or something.
Jeez,
there's good money in that.
Yeah.
There's good money in the guys and girls that play the cover bands.
It's like we were just walking around. To get to the rooftop in Post Malone's bar, bro, I felt like I was climbing Mount Everest. I was like, where's the elevator? Because we had to go so high up. But it was like every room had music, artists, this, that. I was like, geez, this is crazy. But it's like also reminds you too, just like how many people are chasing that dream too, to like try to make it. And so it's like kind of motivating to see people out there doing their thing and like just like chasing it and just doing what they can to like get up there.
Yeah, dude, that's been the culture of this place forever, man. And so looking at the new music, so we've got Midwest Girls out there right now. When are we looking at new stuff dropping? What's kind of the plan now? We're about halfway through the year.
So I definitely want to put out. So we're putting out one. I don't have an exact date, so it'll probably be in early September.
Okay.
Like first or second week of September. And then I want to follow it right back up. So I probably will come back down here in like late August or early September.
Yeah.
Just to like keep it going because I feel like I just got to keep building the resume.
Yeah.
And then I think it would be pretty solid by the end of the year to have like, maybe like, just got to plan it with like the timing too. I don't know. 4 songs out, 5 songs, just playing it right. And it's like, keep putting them out there. If I keep getting a good response back, I'll just keep putting them out there. But I also want to like follow like the right way how to like put it in, like into the distribution, like waiting, marketing it, letting it sit and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of things are gonna start rolling on like 2027. Yeah. So I just want to make sure I'm like got my stuff together. So when the time comes, I'm like, all right, I got 7 songs out, here you go, or like, I can give you, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Let's rock. Let's get
dude, you never know what song is gonna hit. Like there's nothing wrong with throwing singles out there and just throwing darts and seeing what fucking gets closest to the bullseye.
Yeah. So we got one coming out early September, like I said. Be on the lookout for that one. Make sure I do all the fun TikToks and stuff like
man.
that.
You should incorporate the wrestling into it. Like put the audio and like throw a buddy through a table or something stupid.
No, I got a lot of things planned when it comes to like.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like use it. Like use part of what makes you. What separates Bobby Steveson from everyone else is Bobby Steveson is Damon Kemp. Like incorporate that stuff in there, man. I think it'd be fucking sick.
No, I am. So a lot of things rolling. So we're gonna make it happen.
Hell yeah,
we're gonna make it happen.
Dude, well, I appreciate you coming on here and hanging out. And everybody can find you at Bobby Steveson.
Yep.
Right?
Twitter, Facebook.
Do you tweet a lot?
Not as much anymore.
Did you tweet a lot as a wrestler? Is that like part of the thing?
I did. Yeah, I did. I tweeted a lot.
Like
but now,
the beefs with like the character and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do the shit talking on there. But now it's like with Twitter too. Like I try to find things to tweet about and like stuff like that. But it's just like, what am I gonna tweet about? But like I'll tweet about like I'll obviously like market myself and stuff like that. But it's just like like when you're younger, you tweet about random stuff like school lunch was trash. Tweet.
You're yik-yakking and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like with Twitter, like I'm still on there and doing my thing, but like just find me on like TikTok, Instagram,
Instagram's
Twitter.
a big one.
Yeah, Instagram. That's like my main bigger stage.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, just follow me and stay connected and stay with me from the ground up to the top.
The ground up to the top. Absolutely. I'm going to have to find that video of the wild chair stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll have to, you can watch me get tortured.
That's awesome. Well, y'all be sure to look up our man, Bobby Steveson. Shout out to our friends from Surfside. I'm going to send you home with an 8-pack of that. You can enjoy that before the flight home tonight. Also got a bunch of hats there. You can go through, pick some stuff out. But y'all be sure to go check out Midwest Girls and be on the lookout for the new music coming soon. The boy has got it going on. For more on us, visit RaiseYourEye.com. For my man Bobby, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.